And welcome everybody to another edition of the GSMC Football Podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host Kenneth Grunfelder, and it's great to have you guys here on this Thursday, September 19th. We have a lot to cover on the show today. Before I get into that, just want to remind you guys, as always, to tip or donate and get your comments recognized. Make sure to go to the $ icon in the chat. This will help create a super chat. Any thoughts or comments you may want to see be put out on the live broadcast that I acknowledge. And it just makes the show more lively, more entertaining between myself, the host, and you guys, the viewers. We appreciate your guys' viewership each and every day as we put out content for you guys each and every day. So any contribution you can make to the show means the world to us. And also, the other way to help out the show is by going to the link at the bottom of the show segment on the ticker, GSMCPodcast.net. So let's get into what we are going to discuss for today. So we're going to start off the show. We are going to preview tonight's game between the Jets and the Patriots. That kicks off Week 3 in the NFL. Then in the second part of the show, we will get into talking about Jordan Love returning to practice. We'll also talk about the Packers' win over the Colts with Malik Willis as the starting quarterback. So I'll get into all that after the start of the show here with the preview for tonight's game. Then we'll get into talking about the Steelers and their win over the Broncos. It seems like Justin Fields is going to start once again for them. The Steelers will be playing against the Chargers in their home opener, so we'll get into that. We'll talk about the Giants-Commanders game, the Commanders winning that game 21-18. And then in the final part of the show, I'll talk about all the 2-0 teams and just give you my thoughts on them, the surprises from that group and things like that. So let's get into the first topic, which is talking about tonight's game between the Jets and the Patriots. So both teams are coming off of, the Patriots are coming off of a loss, but they were competitive in that game. It was an overtime game, loss to the Seahawks. And for the Jets, they picked up their first win of the season, taking down the Titans in that game. I think the score was 27-20. But yeah, so coming into this game, where these two teams are at right now, I'm still 24-17. That's my bad on the Jets Titans game. But coming into this game, I'm still worried about the Jets defense. It still didn't look great against the Titans. And on top of that now, Jermaine Johnson, one of their edge rushers, he's out for the year with the torn Achilles. So, they're still looking for the pass rush. And on top of that, they're struggling against the run. And the Patriots have run the ball well in these first couple of games. And the Patriots have looked good these first two games. Now, not to say that, right now they're 1-1. They could very easily be 2-0. But, we'll see how it all shapes out at the end of the year. But yeah, they have run the ball very well these first two games. Last week against the Seahawks, they ran the ball for almost 200 yards, 185 yards in total. Antonio Gibson had 96 yards on the ground, and Ramondre Stevenson had 81 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And the Jets are a defense that has struggled against the run early on. So that's something that, I want to keep an eye on. Right now, they are 24th against the run in this young season. They are giving up an average of 155 yards per game in terms of rushing yards. And in terms of points allowed, they're 25th. Passing yards, they're 17th. The Patriots are 25th, so maybe, Aaron Rodgers and this passing offense can continue to get it going because it did look a little bit better against the Titans. It hasn't been bad. Rodgers has not played bad. Has he been great? No, but again, still trying to, get back into the swing of things, and against the Titans, it looked a little bit better. Completed some nice passes. Of course, the Breece Hall touchdown, that was nice to see. So, maybe this is a game tonight where it really gets going. The Patriots, because the Patriots are second against the run. They're only giving up an average of 58 rushing yards per game. Again, still a young season. Now they're going up against Breece Hall. And Braylon Allen looks like he's going to be a good player for them. He had 2 touchdowns in the game against the Titans. So, we'll see how that goes. And the Patriots defense are fifth in points allowed. Although the Seahawks, did well against them in week 2. So, and then in terms of the offense, in terms of passing yards, the Patriots are 30th in passing yards per game. The Jets are 23rd. In terms of rushing yards per game, the Patriots are 4th in the NFL. The Jets are 26th. The Patriots are averaging 177.5 rushing yards per game. And then in terms of points per game, the Jets are 14th and the Patriots are 20th. So, yeah, for me, the Jets are favored by 6.5. I would take the points. I would definitely take the points in this game. I think this is going to be a very competitive game. But I do like the Jets to win. It's also their home opener. And that crowd is going to be going nuts. And it's going to be the do-over from last year because, last year you had Aaron Rodgers coming out with the American flag on 9/11, and then everything went downhill after that. So this is the do-over here for the Jets home opener, and it's against a team that has tormented the Jets over the years. And I included the graphic from a couple of years ago when it was 3-3 for most of the game, and then the Patriots ran back a punt return with less than 20 seconds left in the game, and or around 20 seconds left in the game, and the Patriots won that game 10-3. So, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I expect Rodgers to continue to play well. He hasn't looked bad these first couple games. It's been nice to see him back out there, and some of the throws that he's made in these first 2 games, it shows that he's still got it. It might not be the Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago, but he's still got it. And he's only going to get better. And also, my friend sent us a graphic, whether it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but it basically showed it had the quarterbacks on like a line graph, and it was going from least pressured to most pressured. And yeah, so 2024 QB from clean pockets through week 2. And Aaron Rodgers is way out by himself. And then you got Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins a little bit behind him. But Aaron Rodgers has been getting protection, which is huge. Because that was one of my concerns going into last year. And, of course, what ended up happening, he ended up getting hurt. And, this offseason, the Jets really went out and tried to patch up this offensive line. And through these 2 games, it has paid off. Rodgers has been getting good protection, and that's what you need. Now, my concern is more so with the defense at this point, because this was supposed to be the strength of the team. And now it seems like Rodgers has to play hero ball. And he's 40 years old. He needs a defense to back him up. So this defense has to get it going, but this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough game. But I think the Jets are going to win, but it'll be close. I'm going to say the final score is Jets 23, Patriots 17. I'm going to say that's going to be the score. I've kind of been close with the scores, but that might be a little high, but I think we'll go with that. We're going to say 23-17, Jets get the win, and they improve to 2-1 on the season. But the Patriots, they are well coached. That defense is still good. And, Jacoby Brissett's a veteran, and, he hasn't been bad. He's done what he's supposed to do. The running game, that's really been the key for the Patriots so far, is their running game. That's what this offense has been run through these first 2 games. And they're going up against a defense that has struggled against the run. So that's really the thing you want to keep an eye on tonight, is the Jets' run defense against this Patriots rushing attack. If the Jets are able to contain the run and make Jacoby Brissett throw the ball more, then they'll be in good shape. But, if you're letting Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson have their way with this defense, it's going to be a long night for the Jets. So, and the Jets are still not quite there yet with this team, because I feel like once we get towards the middle of the season and Aaron Rodgers has really, gotten that rust out and the defense has figured it out, this can be a very good team. And you got the Patriots this week, which is not going to be an easy game, but it's not like, it's not like you're going up against an opponent like the 49ers in week 1. Then you got the Broncos the following week. These are important games to, get this team in a rhythm. Have the defense work things out. Get themselves, back to what they were last year. Even though they're missing pieces from last year. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers continues to dust that rust off, because at some point, he's going to have a game where he throws for over 300 yards. That is going to happen. So, yeah, it should be an interesting game tonight. Like I said, I'm going to say the Jets win, Patriots cover, but, who knows? It's going to be a very competitive game, and I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think, though, about this game. How do you see it playing out? Really, the biggest thing is, can the Jets defense, stop the run? Because these first 2 games, they have not done that. And the Patriots are a very good running team. So this could be a problem for the Jets defense tonight. So we're going to take our first break of the show. And then when we come back, we will talk about the Packers game on Sunday. They defeated the Colts 16-10 with Malik Willis as the starting quarterback. But we'll also talk about Jordan Love returning to practice, what his status is. Could he possibly play on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans? We will discuss all of that when we come back from our first break of the show. So, with that being said, stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Football Podcast.